Fishery officers go on patrol in the Marlborough Sounds.
Make sure they're a bit bigger before you shoot them, because once they've been shot, they're too much stuff.
Hayden tries to clean up Rangitoto.
Found a blow-up doll and a trampoline.
And scallop hunters get greedy at Great Barrier Island.
We've got one undersized snapper and we've got a whole heap of undersized scallops.
It's a beautiful day and Ministry of Fisheries officers have teamed up with the crew of the naval patrol vessel HMNZS Rotoiti to check recreational fishing boats in the Marlborough Sounds.
What we'll do is that we'll just sort of hang around here while you guys do all the boats around here. And then when you start going up the Chetwood Island there, we'll just shoot through the gap and start heading towards D'Urville. And once you're finished around there, just come and pick us back up. Okay. You good? Well done.
The area was once renowned for blue cod, but by 2008 it was recognised that the fishery was in serious danger and a 4-year ban was put in place to give fish stocks in the inner sounds time to recover.
So we're in the head of Paua Sound at the moment. There's a closed area for blue cod, which is from Te Akaroa Point over there to Stuffers Reef, which is over there. And we're just going to inspect a few recreational vessels and see what they've got on board and see how it goes.
The regulations governing blue cod in the Sounds changed on the 1st of April. But at the time of this patrol, the fishery was closed, and the first boat they come across is well inside the restricted area.
How are you today, sir?
Yeah, right, and you?
All good?
Yeah.
What do we got on board?
Need to grab it for you?
Yep. Okay. Nice sized kahawai and some cod.
Oh, where did you catch the cod, sir? Towards the end of that, you get the jagged rocks out there.
Have you?
And then halfway down that next, so it's beyond the points. I've got a GPS plotter there, so.
The guys are claiming their GPS plotter and some photographs prove that the fish were caught outside the inner Sounds.
Okay, so this is where you took the fish.
Yeah.
Today, is it?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And do you guys have a ruler on board, like a measuring board?
Yep.
I'll just do a quick measure up and we'll leave you alone. Okay?
No problem.
But where they caught the cod is only one of the issues here. Some of the fish are under the legal size of 30 centimetres.
Now that one, he's too small. I take that at about 28 and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll have a quick measure of the others, see what we've got. Okay. See that one there, undersized as well.
Do you go to the centre of the tail?
The centre of the tail. Nine legal size cod, 3 undersized. We've got 12 cod and 3 of these are less than 30 centimetres. So that is a problem around here because we've got a lot of the fisheries under a lot of pressure. And there's a lot of juvenile fish around and we're trying to reduce the mortality of the juvenile fish. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
The skipper of the boat received a $250 infringement notice for having undersized cod. But the fact that he had proof of where the fish came from means he'll avoid further penalties.
We require that they take photographs of some with the fish and some notable landmark, like the Chetwoods or the outer reaches of the Sounds, and they can also take a man overboard mark on the plotter, and those are pretty good ways of going about it, especially if they have a picture of them holding the fish where it came from.
As the patrol continues in the Marlborough Sounds, another fisheries team are checking out boats around Great Barrier Island.
How's the fishing today?
Yeah, bloody good, eh?
Have you all measured your fish?
Yeah.
First inspection of the day is a charter boat filled with fishermen who've caught a large pile of snapper.
4 charters,
Yeah, that's it.
99 snapper, 11 anglers, and 4 hours fishing. Fantastic.
It's all good. They're absolutely within the law and there's nothing undersized.
Everybody here seems quite happy about fishery officers being around, but there's always somebody who would rather they stayed away.
he's throwing stuff back in.
Yeah, I think he's measuring out of the bucket.
You should have done it by now.
Yeah. Just from the Ministry of Fisheries.
How long ago did you have a dive? Half an hour ago. You're only just measuring them now?
Counting and measuring scallops is supposed to be done either in the water or as soon as you get out, but this guy's had time to change.
How many are in there, do you know?
About 50, 60.
How many people on board?
Just 2 of us.
Oh, yeah.
With 2 people on board, they shouldn't have more than 40 scallops, and it looks like most of the ones still in the bucket are too small.
Scallops have to be 100 millimetres in width from one side to the other, and this one comes in at about 92, so it's 8 mils too small.
But there's even more problems on the boat.
We've already shut some
Yeah,
on board.
Pretty close to 40.
Unless they're going to be eaten on board, scallops are supposed to be kept in the shell until after they're landed, so they can be measured. But because fisheries have already found undersized fish on board, the question now is how many?
Make that 40 to stop there.
Yep.
So straight away I'm going to allow you to take your daily take for 2 people.
As the count moves past the 40 the 2 are allowed, the bill for the day's fishing is getting bigger.
He shouldn't be in possession of more than 40, and he shouldn't be in possession of undersize. So it's a $250 infringement for both offences, so $500 in total. Your dive gear's all packed up, pretty much every time to dry it, get changed into dry clothes, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
With the scallops, you meant to count and measure at your first available opportunity.
Okay.
The strictest interpretation of that is on the bottom, but however, we do allow some latitude.
Yeah, because I used
but
to...
when we come, I'll just finish. When we come to a vessel, we expect you to be in your wetsuit and at time to have a cup of tea or do anything else. Counting and measuring, that's the first thing you do. Then you go and get changed and pack your gear away. And we're happy with it. If you're still in your wetsuit, you just come out of the water, fair enough.
Okay.
You dived clearly a while ago, everything's dry, packed up.
Yeah, it's probably half hour ago or so.
Yeah, so you've got to do it straight away.
Okay.
So it's going to be an infringement for that and also infringement for
While the patrol was dealing with this offence, they had noticed a boat with a dive flag up. And now it's heading off without any signs that the people on board have counted or measured their catch. A joint Navy and Fisheries patrol has been busy checking out boats in the Marlborough Sounds, although many haven't been fishing at all.
Hello, how are you today?
We're well, thank you.
Cool, cool.
We've got nothing.
Got nothing.
Empty crayfish dive bags, no fish.
No fish at all.
Scallops, no nothing.
Stuff all. What are you doing?
Have a look at stuff all, you're welcome. Why are you out here then? Hey? Why are you out here then? We went out for a dive.
But the next boat they check has a dive flag up, and this time it's a pair of spear fishermen.
Is anyone else in the water besides yourself?
No.
Okay, cool. We're from Fisheries, we're just doing a routine patrol.
No worries.
So, do you have any fish on board the boat?
The trouble with spear fishing is that the fish look much bigger underwater than they actually are, and the 3 morkie they've caught are all borderline.
How do those ones measure up? When you get a chance, it's all good.
It's undersized, is it?
Yeah. You probably need to be a bit more careful to try and know the sizes and make sure they're a bit bigger before you shoot them, because once they've been shot, they're too much stuff.
The legal size for blue and red morkie is 40 centimetres.
4 mil under.
4 mil under. Oh, sorry, under is under. Okay. He's a foot back as well. How big's that one? Red Moki.
40 centimetres.
40 centimetres.
40.
Yeah.
40. 39.
39. Okay, so none of those are any good.
The divers were given a verbal warning for taking undersized fish.
Yep. Spear fisherman needs to be a very good estimator of size, because obviously once you've shot something, it's dead. If they shoot the first fish and they take that one up and measure it and use that as a judgment for all the rest of them. So if the first one they thought it was enormous, they shot it and found it's undersized. then they need to be aiming for really absolute giant fish.
It was the last chick of the day, but there was still some work to do on the way home.
Oh, well, we've just been cruising our way back into Picton, and we've come across this little dinghy floating around by itself, so we'll take that in. It'll stop people reporting it as, you know, a potential accident or something like that, and somebody will get their dinghy back. We have a boat approaching us now. I expect they want to talk to us about their missing dinghy, which is very lucky for them, really. Get it back. Hello.
Little bastard broke loose.
Oh, well, no problem.
You from the nation, are you?
Yeah. All right. Yep.
Thanks for that.
All right. Oh, this is all bad, all bad, all bad, all bad. Yours.
Thank you. I appreciate your help, mate.
No worries, mate. All good.
Up in Auckland, the 1,300 students and 700 adults gathering on King's Wharf are here with a purpose. They're about to spend the day cleaning up Rangitoto Island.
Okay, can all volunteers who have signed in go past the silver car and hang out over there, please?
Hayden Smith's one of the organisers of today's trip, and his harbour clean operation has been cleaning up the Waitemata since 2003.
Over the past 8 years, we've actually now removed over 2.5 million litres of rubbish. If you take an average rubbish sack being 50 litres, we've been able to keep count of how many bags we've removed, and that's really what we've been able to achieve, which has been fantastic.
While the volunteers are loaded onto the ferry, Hayden heads over to Rangitoto to make a start. And, as usual, the coast is covered in rubbish.
It still amazes me every time I come here as to how much rubbish is actually here. So, yeah, it's pretty devastating. But that's why we're here today. That's why we've got 2,000 kids coming across the island today. And it's about them seeing what's happening here so we can create that connection for people between the land and the sea again.
The rubbish is carried to the island from all parts of the city, and Hayden knows to expect to find anything and everything.
A lot of plastic bottles, chip packets, lolly wrappers again. We've got plastic bags, Tupperware containers, bottle tops are a bit of a problem, and also finding quite a few bait bags as well. So yeah, it's coming from all angles, from the land and the sea as well.
As well as the usual stuff, there's always the chance of something strange turning up.
We found a jar of mercury once, found a blow-up doll and a trampoline, as well as obviously many fishing rods and yeah, pretty much everything you can possibly think of, including the kitchen sink.
There's no blow-up dolls or kitchen sinks today, but it takes less than an hour for Hayden to collect enough rubbish to fill dozens of bags.
We're going to get this all back onto the boat now, and we're going to head back around and catch up with the kids out there, because it's all about them today, and that's, you know, what we need to see, the kids out there experiencing what we experience on a day-to-day basis.
It takes a while to get the rubbish onto their boat, the Phil Warren. Then it's time to meet up with the volunteers. And the prospect of 2,000 people on the cleanup means that they'll be able to make a real impact on the problem.
They're all going to walk around the island. We're going to have them basically taking care of the whole coast around here, and it's going to be interesting to see how much rubbish we can actually pick up from here today. What sort of things are you finding out here?
Hey man, we found a rugby ball. Bottle tops.
Rugby ball, bottle tops.
Bottle tops and little things that birds can choke on.
Lots of little stuff.
Lots of little stuff.
These things here.
Yeah. Like that's a lethal thing for a bird especially.
It is indeed.
The volunteers get to work, but it doesn't take long before they start to realise that rubbish doesn't just create a mess, it also poses real dangers to the bird life on the island.
We've seen hooks through feet and back up through the bill of birds before and back down to the other foot, so they actually haven't been able to fly. We actually found another seagull with some more fishing line, and it looks like he's either got a hook inside his stomach and he's got something hanging out.
There's nothing they can do for the gull, and there's plenty of evidence that the bird's plight is a common one, and usually it's fatal. But it's not just fishing hooks that kill birds. An increasing amount of plastic is making its way onto the island.
What we've got down here is the raw plastic pellets, which are really creating what we're seeing as a plastic sand, which is actually starting to cover the island and everywhere out there. They've come from the plastics industries, where the forklifts have pierced bags and the product has been released down through the drains again, but it's certainly having a pretty devastating impact again also on the coast.
The day wears on and the rubbish dumps grow as a steady stream of volunteers deposit what they've gathered at collection points around the island.
Another good load off the island today, so I think these kids are all pretty happy with their effort as well. You know, they'll be a little bit tired by the time they get home. It's a long day out here on the coast, and damn good effort.
It's been a successful day, and as the volunteers board the ferry to return to the mainland, the task of getting all the rubbish they've collected off the island can begin. Love Your Coast Day resulted in more than 200,000 pieces of rubbish being removed from the island. Further north, Fishery Officer Anna is about to board a boat that's been out getting scallops.
Hi there. Ministry of Fisheries, we're just going to come alongside. You've just been for a dive, have you? Yep. Get some scollies?
Yeah, we've got a few.
Okay, so how many of you were diving and how many of you got on board?
2 diving, there's 4 people on board.
Okay, and how many scallops have you got?
We don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
So
right.
Sort them.
Okay, so have you measured so far?
We measured, we had, yeah.
Yeah.
We've done a few.
Did you measure as you go as you've been collecting them off the bottom?
Mostly. Only one of us had one of these. So.
Okay, all right. Well, what the regulations say with regard to gathering the scallops is that you must measure them and count them at the first available opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can see that you're still in your wetsuit, but you've upped anchor and you've moved
Yeah, we're just going
spot.
to shelter because we've got a person on board that's
Not too well. Okay, well look, we're going to have a bit of a count up here.
Yep.
These divers have been using scuba gear to gather the scallops, so they should have measured them on the bottom. But as soon as Anna empties the bag, it's obvious that there's a problem here.
We've got a whole heap of undersized scallops at this stage.
There's a total of 127 scallops in the bag, and 95 of them are undersize.
You're putting all the small ones here, yeah? Do you agree that these 95 scallops here, that you watched us measure them, and you agree that they're undersized?
Well, I guess so. There's 1 or 2 that are pretty marginal.
But more bad news was to come. Because the boat has moved, the scallops haven't been counted and measured on the bottom, and they're all in one bag, it's possible that all the excess scallops will be attributed to the skipper, and that means he could lose his boat.
So, yeah, what we've done is we've done the quick maths on it. Basically, what happens is here that you're 3 times over the legal limit of scallops as well. All right, even taking into account the 4 people on board. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you're the skipper, eh? You're the skipper and running the boat. Okay, so it goes down like this. It's 127 total. You had another diver go down with you. One diver can take his limit and then up to 2 separate bag limits for the skipper and the safety person. Okay, so take away the 20 for him, 20 for the other 2 people, that leaves you in possession of 67. So you're allowed 20 per day. 67 is over 3 times the daily limit. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it can be broken down. Yeah. It's individual responsibility, so they're not going to be looked at. Looking at you as a skipper, possession, you're in charge of the vessel and control what happens.
The idea that they might lose their boat came as a shock to the people on board, but this isn't a minor offence.
It was a serious non-commercial offence in that we had 3 times the legal number of scallops, and most of them were undersized as well. So what we've ended up doing is seizing and bonding back the boat to them.
After a discussion at Fisheries, it was decided to split the excess catch between the 2 divers, meaning that each received an infringement notice for having excess and undersized scallops, but they didn't lose their boat.
Guide them in, inspect them, and then they can back out with a boat. We'll just run them down that line there. So just stop them over there and inspect over on that side there, yeah?
On any hot summer's day in Auckland, lots of people go out on their boats, and fishery officers set up checkpoints to inspect their catches. And today they're at Huia, on the edge of the Manukau harbour. And Greg's just come across a guy who's been out collecting for his dinner.
Hello, sir. How are you? My name's Greg from Fisheries. We're just going to have a quick look. We've got some crabs and periwinkles and things like that. Yeah, I'll just get you a cut.
Get crab and...
Yep, I'll just get you a cut the motor if you wouldn't mind.
And snail and sea
can you, can you just turn the motor off, please?
While snapper and kawai are the usual target of fishers around here, this guy's been gathering anything he could find on the rocks.
What have we got here? Crabs?
Yep.
Yep.
And the sea slug.
What else you got in here?
That one, snail and mussel.
Mussel, yep. Okay, well, was it just the 2 of you?
Yep.
Just the 2 of you? Okay. Let's have a look at these ones first.
We got about maybe 60 crab.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's okay. We'll just have a quick look. And, you know how many you allowed per person?
50.
50, yeah. That's good.
The guy's quite clear on the rules for crabs, but when it comes to the other stuff he's been collecting, it all gets a bit hazy. And the first thing that's come out of the bucket is something the officers have never seen before.
Whoa. Yeah. Sea slug. Yeah. Where'd you get them? Down at Cornwallis?
Down the beach. I don't know that one. What called sea slug? The man who's fishing, he told me, he just tell me sea slug.
How do you eat it?
I don't know. Just the first time I get them.
There's various opinions about sea slugs, but the general view is that unless you want to poison yourself, they're not much good for anything.
I've never seen these before.
Right, do you want to count the crabs?
Yeah, I've got, yeah, okay, I'll count the crabs in here, yeah.
The next bucket's got a large collection of crabs, but although they are difficult to control, they are well within the limit of 50 per person.
How many crabs you got, sir?
I got 54 here.
54?
Yeah, 54, so I'm just making a total just so I can keep them separate, eh?
The buckets contain the oddest collection of seafood the officers have ever come across, but when it comes to the mussels and whelks, there's a problem.
The limits for whelks are 50 per person, and we've got close on twice the number here, and then we've got the mussels, it's 25 per person, 16 in one container and 79 in another, so we've got a few over there, so and you only allowed 25 per person, so I'll take some details with the gentleman and we'll go from there.
The addition of an undersized scallop doesn't make the situation any better, but because the guy's claiming it was his young daughter who took it, nothing will be done about the offence.
72. So we've got 95 mussels in total, all right? And these were collected by both you and your daughter?
Yep.
Did you know the rules? Do you know how many you're allowed to, the rules? No. Okay.
At almost twice the legal limit for mussels and whelks, this guy is going to receive an infringement notice. But he'll get to take his legal entitlement home.
What I'm doing is just taking the excess, and we're going to take them back in the sea, but what I'll do is I'll give the entitlement of how many mussels that this gentleman's allowed, and I'll give them back to him, and then they can be on their way.
The fisher received an infringement notice for $250 for taking excess shellfish.
Maritime Radio, Auckland Maritime Radio, Auckland Maritime Radio. This is DR3, Zulu Mike India Hotel, Channel 16, copy over.
Auckland Maritime Police are on patrol around Great Barrier Island when they've been asked to respond to a mayday call from a small boat.
5 people on board.
5 POB, yes.
comms between us and them very difficult.
What is the nature of their distress? Do you know, Maritime Radio?
We're trying to ask him, but we can't understand what he's saying.
Copy that. Can you confirm the coordinates for the waypoint as just south of Mokohina Islands?
That's right, just south. We've got
The language problem means that nobody can be sure what's caused the mayday, and the DODA still has a long way to go.
Auckland Maritime Radio are doing all stations to see if there are any other vessels closer than us. We're approximately 21 miles away, so it's going to take us about 45 minutes to get there at this speed.
But when the DODA finally reaches the reported position of the drifting boat, it's nowhere to be seen.
We were right on it. We should be. Yeah, no, well, we should be seeing. I got the waypoint on the. We haven't got them on radar. We haven't got them on radar though. Yeah, roger, sir. We're nearly at that GPS coordinates. No sign of this vessel. Over.
Data 3, that's Great Barrier Maritime. Romeo, that's understood. I'll give the vessel a call now, see if I can get some that position.
Copy. Thank you. Listening 16.
The first position the boat had given was around 35 degrees south.
Just confirmed position. I copied at 3604.
It was 35.
It was, that's what it said.
Oh.
Although nobody can quite believe the boaties could get it so wrong, the new position is 16 nautical miles away from where the DODA is.
Yeah, we've plotted it just northwest of Little Barrier Island. It's approximately 5 nautical miles northwest of Little Barrier Island, over.
Yeah, copy that. We'll turn round and head back to Little Barrier, over. We basically missed him. He's on the other side of Little Barrier. Gone straight to the Mokohina, and now we're heading back to supposedly his location now, which is northwest of Little Barrier.
Back at the Paua checkpoint, the afternoon is wearing on, and there's more and more boats to inspect.
Do you all know your limits?
Yes, 27, 10 snapper each.
27, yeah, cool.
These guys have a good catch of snapper, but although they all know the legal size, they've got 3 fish that are a bit too small.
Right, who measured the fish?
I did.
You did? All right, you got 3 fish there that are under the legal size. Okay, so what we're going to do now is Graham's just going to take some details. This is going to take a few minutes, and
you know, when you're on the boat and you're measuring them, I mean, you're talking here about less than 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, but do you know what the
that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but do you know the
no, it's 27. But when you're on the boat and the boat's bobbing up and down and you're measuring them on this.
So if they're 27, you should put them, you know, if you think they're going to be under.
Well, as far as we were concerned, they were legal.
Yeah, but as you see, they're not. So as I say, it's not the crime of the
When
century.
you're on the boat and you're trying to measure them on one of these, you can't be as accurate as this.
No.
While the fisherman agrees the 3 fish are marginally undersized, he seems to think they've shrunk since they were caught.
As far as I'm concerned, when we measured them on the boat, they were 27.
Yeah, but you agree with us at the moment they're not 27.
Well, when you put them on this damn thing here.
Yeah. That's quite simple to make. You can actually make these, and obviously you can buy these trawlers.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. You're talking about 1/8 of an inch. I mean, even that one's just about on.
The realisation that he's going to be processed for having undersized snapper doesn't improve the guy's mood, and he's still unwilling to admit he's done anything wrong.
So you just need to write what else he said. He said, I think it's pin pricking. As far as I was concerned, when you measure them on the boat.
We measured them on the boat, and I'm concerned they were all measured 27.
They were, yeah.
The fisherman received an infringement notice for $250 for having undersized snapper. Back over at Great Barrier Island, Auckland Maritime Police are still hunting for the boat that's put out a mayday call. But it turns out that the boat's not in any danger at all.
Mayday, station in distress. This is Great Barrier Maritime. Confirm you require petrol. You require fuel for your outboard motor, over.
Running out of petrol isn't a reason for calling a mayday, but the DODA's got a spare 25-litre tank on board, although it appears that won't be enough for the people on the boat.
Romeo, understand that you require about 100 litres of 91 fuel petrol for your outboard, over.
Sorry, I'm fresh out. So they've gone to an area knowing how far away it is and then been 100 litres short. It's just not good enough. We're going to head there anyway, probably assist them with some fuel and then get them to barrier and then they can sort some fuel out from there.
Finally, a boat comes into sight on the horizon.
Kind of our starboard bow.
Yep. Just a little bit of sunlight.
Yep, got it.
It's right on where it should be.
Yep, got it. Well, hopefully it's our guy. We're just going to go and investigate now and find out whether our wild goose chase has come to an end.
The wild goose chase is over, but the guys on the boat are still fishing and there's no signs of any distress.
Good afternoon. Have you been calling for help?
Yes.
You have. What's happened?
We're running out of petrol.
You run out of petrol?
Yeah.
How far have you come?
We launched from Omaha Beach.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how much fuel did you have on board?
Because the oil meter broken. That's why.
The oil meter?
Yeah, oil meter broken.
What about the fuel level? Did you know how much fuel you had on board before you left?
We thought we have probably 300-400 litre petrol,
but you didn't.
I don't know what happened, but just no petrol at all.
Okay. Do you have life jackets on board for everyone?
Yeah, we all have our life jacket.
Can you put them on? He's indicated that he left with unknown amount of fuel on board, ill prepared. We turn up here and they're just floundering around, no life jackets on. They've assumed there's fuel on board. You don't assume, you need to confirm, and it's a disappointing fact that you can spend that sort of money. This guy's putting his life jacket on. You see how he's putting it on? He's got it on back to front. So these guys don't even know how to put their life jackets on.
Gary's beginning to wonder how this lot even got this far, but it appears they've had training.
How long have you owned the boat for, sir?
Oh, 2 years.
3 years. And have you done any boat safety courses?
Yeah.
You have? With who?
Coast Guard.
You've done a boat course with the Coast Guard?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you should know. This boat,
I bought a second-hand.
Yeah.
I just used it a few times. I'm not quite sure the oil meter.
Okay.
That's why I made a mistake, but otherwise we normally just put a heaps of petrol.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about fuel. That's what you're talking about.
Methane.
Methane. So, yeah. Okay.
Finally, everybody comes to some sort of understanding over what they're talking about, meaning Gary and AD can get them the 25 litres of fuel they so badly need.
What does that say? I can't read it.
This is empty.
It says empty.
It says empty.
Well, it works then.
And within moments of getting on board, Gary and AD confirm their suspicions that these guys have no idea what they're doing.
But today, I don't know what's happened.
So it says empty on there?
Yeah.
So it means...
Empty.
It means empty?
Yeah. But yesterday I checked, it's full.
How much fuel do you hold in the tanks?
500 litres.
500?
500 litre tank?
No, because I think the...
Really? That's a lot.
Because I bought a second-hand.
Yeah, I don't think it would hold. I don't think this boat would hold 500 litres. When you filled it up the last time from empty, how much fuel have you put on?
I never fill up, because I only use it 3 times.
Okay. You only use it 3 times.
That's why I got no idea.
It doesn't hold 500 litres.
I'd say...
The previous owner might have lied about the size of the boat's fuel tanks, but after 2 or 3 trips, these guys should have known how much fuel they had.
Now, what does the gauge show now? Quarter?
Yeah.
Okay, so the fuel in it shows a quarter. So that's 25 litres, and it's a quarter. What does it mean in the tank? 100 litres, yeah.
But there's another mystery here. The original Mayday said 5 people were on board, but now there's only 4.
Now you said to Auckland Maritime Radio you had 5 persons on board.
We have a friend take away person away.
Who took them away?
I have a friend. They have another boat that took them away.
So why didn't he go and get you some fuel?
They don't have any. They're all on the floor.
So where's your friend gone in the other boat?
They've gone to other place, Dinghy Berry or something.
Gone a barrier, gone fishing. And they just leave you here.
So they can't help me, so they have no petrol. They couldn't. The petrol is on the floor.
Do you think they could have gone and got you some fuel and come back?
They're going to come back if we still can't get any help. They'll come back at probably 5, 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gary doesn't know what to say. These guys had another boat with them which could have got them out of trouble, but rather than lose a day's fishing, they've called the emergency services to rescue them.
They called a mayday initially, which is the wrong thing to do. They could have called for assistance on Channel 16, and then somebody could have come and given them a hand. But as you can see, they weren't in distress or anything. They were sitting out there still fishing. So, hopefully people learn from this though.
As the Deodar tracks the fishing boat back to Omaha, the cost of the operation is mounting, but not for the crew that called the mayday.
So what does your fuel gauge say now?
Almost empty.
Almost empty?
Yeah.
So you've got enough?
I think it'll be okay.
Okay, I'll give you a call when you get in. So you're going in and then taking the boat home? Yeah. And you'll just have to replace the fuel that you've used.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, just remember, fill the boat up.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Total full, okay?
The boat owner replaced the 25 litres of fuel, but the 2,000 litres the Deodar used that day meant a much bigger bill for the police. Back at the Fisheries checkpoint at Huia in West Auckland, Honorary Fishery Officer Sue's come across Marta and Phil, a couple of guys with a power problem.
I found some underside power in here. Not sure how many are here yet, but there looks like there might be a few.
Even before Sue's finished the count, it's obvious that there's a number of undersized power and some very small snapper.
Hi you guys, Chris from the Ministry of Fisheries. Now you obviously know why.
Bro, we're coming up, hop in our car and those people go take these for you, bro. We go, yeah, it is, brother. Put it in our car. Yeah, but what's the problem?
The two guys are claiming that they've been given the fish by a camper, but that's not going to make any difference here.
Yeah, unfortunately, if they're in your possession, they become your property. Yeah.
Oh, true, but as you can see, we haven't been diving. We're not wet or anything.
Yeah.
He must have given it to us to get us into trouble, eh?
Yeah. Do you know this person?
No, they were just coming down there, but...
What type of car were they in?
We're not sure what car they had broke off, but they had They were diving, so they said if we wanted some tinners and power, so we went and got.
Right, well, we'll see what we've got first, and we'll come back and talk to you, okay? All right. An interesting one. Obviously, they're saying that they've been given to them, which is quite a common excuse. But as I say, we'll go through the whole procedure, and we'll see what comes from that.
The smallest power isn't even half its legal length of 125 millimetres, and the snapper are tiny.
165.
And by the time Sue's finished the count, Marta and Phil are facing hefty fines.
There's 27 undersized power and 12 undersized snapper.
As the processing continues, Marta and Phil are still sticking to their story.
If somebody gives you a fish, right, and you got no fish, I mean, through the kindness of their heart, and you take it, because you know you just put him back in the water, because they're dead anyway.
Yeah, what would you do if it was undersized and dead?
So,
and someone gave it to you?
So, you know, we just obliged and we just took it with us. You know, we better make use of it than throw it away and get it wasted. It's not our fault, bro.
When the interviews start, Phil's admitting to catching some of the snapper.
Yeah, but I put the two of the bigger ones here.
But Marta's still insisting that the problem they're facing is the result of somebody else's generosity.
Are you happy to take responsibility for these power because we actually found them in your possession?
But I mean, you know, like, are we getting into trouble for something that somebody gave us? Or?
Yes, because it's in your possession. So, law, it's in your possession. You take responsibility for it. Decision.
Well, I take it because it's under my. He gave it to me. I had it in my car. Yes, indeed, I had it in my car.
Yeah.
And I have, you know, there's no way out of that because it was in my car. Hey.
The power and the fish are undersized. We'll be confiscating those. But you're allowed to take the kinner, the millet, and...
Oh, that mullet was our bait. That was a bait, mate. Yeah, I bought that up in Glendine.
It all takes some time, but eventually the two guys are on their way.
I thought I was going to jail. But it's good to get even done with anyway, so I can get home. Just gotta wait for my mate to stop talking.
As they set off for home, a quick read of the Fisheries information pamphlet seems to come as a revelation.
What's that, bro?
Marta and Phil will know the regulations the next time they go fishing, but this time they'll each receive a $500 infringement notice for having excess and undersized Paua and undersized snapper.